Welcome everybody to Citizens of the Stars, our weekly look at the amazing content creations made by you, the Star Citizen community. I'm your host for this week, Content Manager Jared Huckabee. Now, the Star Citizen community is an inescapable touchstone of our development, and sharing those things that you guys do each and every week is one of the highlights of my job. So to get us started, we're going to throw it over to Tyler Nolan and this week's Citizen Spotlight.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Citizen Spotlight. Today's guest is AndrewRall from Old Blood and Guts, the YouTube channel that's created the science of Star Citizen. Hey AndrewRall, how's it going?
Thanks for having me, Tyler.
Now tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel.
Old Blood and Guts is about providing a sort of a different perspective on Star Citizen. There's so many wonderful community content creators out there that do such an amazing job in bringing news to the community every day, every week. We tend to take a little bit different of a stance on that and maybe present things that aren't seen as much, whether it be the science of Star Citizen, whether it be the Field Command series we have, or our ship reviews, which kind of take more of a tactical approach to the ships rather than, reviewing them for data and stats.
Where did you come up with the idea for the science of Star Citizen?
Honestly, it was just a whim kind of thing. I think we were crashing ships in the PU, just having fun, and in the background there was a History Channel show on science of another sci-fi genre, and we thought to ourselves, maybe we should do something like that. That'd be pretty fun to sort of mess around. And we do have some folks that are academics within our ranks, and they volunteered right away, and here we go, off to the races.
Are there any new shows you're working on?
Right now we're working on something called Start Citizen to essentially introduce new players to the game, whether they're looking for their first ship in a package or they're curious to how to learn how to fly, as sort of space orientation can be a little intimidating for those folks used to atmospheric flight and simulators and things like that. So we're trying to spend a little time there, and obviously all of our content is completely driven by ourselves, our subscribers. So everything that all the feedback that we get, we definitely respond to, and that's going to be our next focus, focusing on that sort of start to the Star Citizen project. And it's fantastic to be a part of this, and we've had a blast, and we'll continue to look forward for more patches, updates, and great stuff.
All right, thanks again for joining us today.
Thanks, Tyler.
Now let's see what's going on this week in Star Citizen.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Quantum Questions, where we put a developer in the hot seat to answer as many questions as they can in just 2 minutes. Joining us this week is none other than QA tester Jub Bauer. Jub, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Now, how well do you think you're going to do today?
I'm not super confident, but I'm hoping I can stumble my way through 3 or 4, and I'm already off to a bad start, so.
All right, well, let's find out how you're actually going to do. I've got 2 minutes on the clock, and we're starting now. What is your name and what do you do at CIG?
I am Jub Bauer, and I work in the Quality Assurance Department here in Austin, Texas.
All right, and what is Quality Assurance?
Quality Assurance, we are the team that tests the game and other functions of how CIG work and all of our tools.
All right, and have you worked at any other game studios before?
Yes, I came from Blizzard Entertainment.
All right, now you can only choose one. This is a tough one. Breakfast tacos or barbecue?
Barbecue, obviously. But let me blow your mind here. You can put barbecue in a breakfast taco, and it'll change your life.
Wow. Let's talk after we're done filming. What have you been testing lately?
Right now, what's really on my plate is the 2.0 item conversion for all the ships and vehicles currently.
All right. Now, I also understand that you've been testing one of the upcoming space bikes. Can you tell us anything about it?
I'd love to, but I cannot.
Wow, well done. What is the funniest bug you've encountered recently?
Recently, I would say the funniest one I've encountered is, along with Brandon Crocker, we discovered that glaives were actually immortal, or the weapons, and so we didn't tell our fellow QA members, so during a playtest, we decided to exploit it and kill everyone for fun.
I'm proud of you.
It was a blast.
So I understand that you do a lot of focus on ship testing specifically. What other kind of, let's say, specialties are other testers focusing on?
So we're a bit all over the place. We touch multiple different departments, such as art, or the engineers and developers with the editor tools, and everything else, such as motion capture. And I think there isn't a department we don't work with.
All right, and what is your favorite ship?
My favorite one currently would be the Saber Comet.
Now, is it true that you're not a fan of the TV series titled Firefly?
Yes.
Next question, what is wrong with you?
I said it and I meant it.
How is working at CIG different than working at other studios?
Well, I'd say the biggest thing is probably transparency.
We are out of time. But great job. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule and coming and doing this with us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, that makes 9 questions for Jub, which still doesn't take the championship from Brian Chambers. But that's okay, because his time is coming. But for now, let's jump over to Alexis for this week's Subconscious.
Hello subscribers, I'm Alexis and this is Subconscious, the only mini show that dares to ask the question, what in the world are you doing with those caterpillars? The subscriber ship of the month is the Drake Caterpillar Evil Transport, and that means the verse is currently full of caterpillar-related antics. I've seen caterpillar convoys, bowling, stacking, people cramming ships into caterpillars. It's just caterpillars all the way down. So let me say for the record, nice job everyone. Now I want to know what the craziest thing you can think to do with your cat is. Post them in the subscribers den and I'll share my favorites next week. The June issue of Jump Point drops this week, and this one is a little different. Instead of focusing on one ship, David Ladyman has worked with the designers responsible for our thruster design system, who will be teaching you about how we set up the maneuvering for all of our ships. That, plus an exclusive serial and the usual assortment of lore and behind the screens articles. In case you missed it, we hosted a subscriber town hall with the props team last week. Thank you for all the great question submissions. We love the fact that the subscription support means that we can do live streams like this one, the kind that no one else does. You make them possible. Details about the next town hall will be available in the coming weeks. Finally, make sure to check out the IMS Bolivar space station model now in your hangars. It's a real peach. With that, I'm Alexis, this has been Subconscious, and I will see you in the den.
Hey everybody, Ben here. Time for your top 5 and MVP. Haha. Number 5, 2.6.3 Screenshot Gallery by Andre Schramm. This is a bunch of excellent Star Citizen screenshots. Check it out, these are some fantastic shots. Number 4, Kane Universe. Kane is a fantastic Twitch streamer from France, a part of the French Star Citizen community. We are very proud to have them part of the group making this game possible. I encourage you to check out the work he's doing, and merci beaucoup. Number 3, Big Bang with 7 Ships by Jack Tripper, because sometimes it's just enough to make big explosions. Number 2, the recent Oklahoma Bar Citizen. This was the first Bar Citizen in Oklahoma. It sounds like it was a great time. Thank you so much to the organizers and everybody for coming together and just having a great time talking Star Citizen. And your MVP is With Wide-Eyed and Star Citizen by Narayan. This is an amazing video that I've seen passed all around by backers. Please just check it out.
Well, that about wraps up this week's show. A special thanks to AndrewRall and Jeb Bauer for appearing on this week's show. And a special shout out to the Austria Bar Citizen group, who had a Bar Citizen this week with an amazing turnout, and I want to call special attention to their patch. Look at how cool this patch is. Guys, I collect these things. You want to send me one? You know where I'm at. So for Citizens of the Stars, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in the Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.